Hey guys, happy Monday and welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So, we'll come back to that. Bear with me. Let's talk about what else happened today and then we'll come back to that. Don't look at it. So, Mr. Rafa worked this morning in part on the bitchin' blue buggy, and as you can see, he got the sparkly steering wheel on, which is like a pretty dead nuts match to the car. It's kind of hilarious. I mean, he didn't have the steering wheel custom made or anything. He bought it. It's I don't remember who makes this. Look, I don't know, whoever the hell that is. California Metal Flake steering wheel. Oh, it's Moon Eyes, I guess. Cool. Anyway, yeah. So just so happens that Moon makes a steering wheel that's pretty much a dead nuts match to this blue. And I think this one was the same thing. I don't remember if that's where he got his from. Looks the same. And yeah, perfect match to the red. Anyhow, so yeah, steering wheel and the rest of the steering assembly went on today. And his also Moon tachometer, which is a very nice touch on this car. Rafa and I are both digging it and liking how it looks on there. That's cool. Buggies are fun. They should be fun. So there's a tachometer that he doesn't really need, but what the hell? Looks bitchin'. So yeah, those things went on today. Shifter went back on now that Rafa or me are not having to like lay across there, under there, wiring and stuff, and putting the dash together. So yeah, that's back on now. The shifter. Yeah, this car, I sent the owner a text message today and said, "Dude, bring us over your seats." He already has, I think I mentioned before, front and rear seats for it. The back seats, I think his back seats have maybe like studs sticking out of it or something. So we need to drill those holes back here and down here and go ahead and at least mount the back seat because it'll be easier to do when the motor's not in it because, we have better access to the firewall and stuff like that. So once he brings over his back seats or his seats, then we'll at minimum mount the back ones. Front ones can go on anytime. But once the back one goes in, then pretty much at that point his motor can go in. And Jacob went through his carburetor already, which had sat and had gas evaporate in it. So it was all nasty. But it's been gone through, ready to go. So yeah, the motor, we'll probably do an oil change on it and check the valves, but other than that, this motor should be ready to plug and play again from a running driving car. With the carburetor rebuilt, should be good to go. So yeah, this one is going to be done pretty soon. This guy, which is I think feeling a little jealous and neglected, I tried to find the material today that we picked out for the seats. Let's see, where is it? Yeah. This one, naturally, it's discontinued, but there will be something which is more or less, if not identical, then very, very close. So I think Rafa is going to actually go in the morning to one of our local upholstery shops, bring that swatch with him, and we'll find something that's pretty dead on to that. And then we need to start seriously heckling one of our upholstery guys to go ahead and make these seats, because this is like one of the next big things for this car too, is getting his front and rear seats upholstered. And then his motor is here, and it's also super close, but still more work to do there, get this together. And so I think Rafa's actually going to work on this buggy tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, it's been feeling a little neglected. Its feelings are starting to get a little hurt. So we're going to maybe ignore this one for a little while and get back to his brother here. So that all happened today. Another big thing that happened is we have some seat frames for the barn door. So there's our seat frames that we got for the front. And then here's what we're going to do in the back. We got a lower frame here out of a later bus. We're going to actually swap out the bottom frame and use these springs and stuff. We got a bottom frame that has a more correct shaped legs on it. That's coming tomorrow. And then we're actually going to repurpose his old front backrest, which is what you see there. We're going to repurpose that for the backrest here, and I think it's a little short side to side, but we can extend it and we'll make it work and it'll look good. And then the middle seat here, which is the one that's going to have the fold down on this side, the cargo door side of the car, Octavio has a donor for that, so he can work his magic and make it look right. It's going to have the 6 legs, which is correct here. The left side is going to be the fold down side because this is a right-hand drive. Cargo doors on the left of the car. So yeah, I'll get that process going pretty soon. And yeah, so that's kind of exciting. What else on this one? Also today, Rafa went ahead and, just getting some little things going here. Went ahead and pulled his tail lights and disassembled them, and they're a pretty big mess. I think he put them in that box there. Probably hard to see, but he did get them apart, disassembled them, and so we're gonna see about restoring those bulb holders and replacing the missing pieces on them. And the bezels themselves both have a dent in almost the same spot, and the chrome isn't that great on them, so we're probably going to go ahead and send those out and re-chrome them. And then this cargo door handle's looking a little sad. It's got this random hole in it that I'm pretty sure is not supposed to be there. And likewise, his little tiny T-handle here is pretty pitted. So yeah, I'll probably go ahead and start sending some of this stuff out for chrome. I think those are about it as far as what needs to get re-chromed on this. So yeah, if you're going to send 1 or 2 things, you might as well send half a dozen or so. Usually most of the stuff, the more you send, the cheaper it ends up being per part. So it makes sense to send, 6 or 8 parts instead of 2. And again, some parts on here really kind of need re-chrome to be as nice as the rest of this bus. So yeah, that's all part of the process though, hunting down parts and starting to pull things apart and restore them and so on. And I got his intake system lined up today. Probably have that by end of the week here, maybe middle of the week if we're lucky. And we're probably going to go ahead and pull off the stock intake system and mount these side drafts, these Monero side drafts in here, just to make sure they're going to clear the gas tank the way we think they are. We don't want any surprises when we go to put it together for real. So yeah, I'll do some mock-up, and then once we're happy with that, then the motor will come out. We'll start tearing it down, and I'll start collecting parts to make it a 1400 and all that good stuff. So some things happened on this bus today as well. I finished wiring up the AC system, so it's pretty much all connected now up underneath here. Got the wires reasonably well hidden and stuff like that, so it is all wired up now, except for at the actual compressor. At the compressor, I'll wire that up once the motor goes in for real, but the wire is pulled back there. So this is the wire that controls the compressor as far as turning it on. And the other big thing for this, which has been fighting us off and on, is, watch this. Oh, it's got brakes. So that's pretty exciting. The brakes feel really good too. So they travel a little ways and then pretty much boom. From there, it's like hitting a brick wall. So it's really the brake pedal feel that you want. It's got some progression here in it, and then it goes so far and pretty much just stops, like, again, brick wall. So this thing should have some bitchin' brakes. So yeah, we got those bled today. We got the replacement lines for the one that somebody had over tightened and cracked, who had their hands on this bus before we got it. Got a replacement of the 2 front lines, excuse me, from Russ at Old Speed. Put that on, and then yeah, pretty much bled the brakes, no problem. So there you go. So now the Ruby Red 67, there she is. So it's supposed to rain tomorrow, or even like starting tonight through Friday, I think, here. So I went ahead and pulled this car inside. I didn't necessarily want to leave it in our building over there because we don't want it getting wet. This paint was literally done on Saturday, so yeah, it doesn't need to get wet. So went ahead and brought it in. And yeah, the paint job came out good. It still needs obviously to be color sanded and buffed and stuff, but our painter is really good. And there's, you know, very little orange peel or anything on this. So pretty much like a light color sand and buff. This thing is going to look incredible. He still needs to do the fenders and the doors and the lids. And then this car is getting undercoating under the fenders here. That's why it's, you see some areas here that aren't painted. We still need to remove some old undercoating. But yeah, undercoating here, undercoating on the undersides of the fenders and, you know, underside of the pan and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's good to see this one in paint finally here, at least part of it at least. So the plan, I think, again, if I didn't mention, is this coming Saturday to paint the rest of those panels and stuff like that. So after that, yeah, this car is gonna really start the real restoration process here. So that's kind of exciting. The motor's already out to be rebuilt, and the transmission's got to come out. I wanted to leave it in there until the car was done being painted, just because it's easier to move the car around. But yeah, once the transmission comes out, and I'll probably go ahead and also pull the front beam out and start restoring it as well. And then, yeah, this thing will start coming together pretty fast here. But that's the update on this one. And yeah, this guy didn't really get any love today, but maybe tomorrow I'll try and get his motor back together. We'll see. We got plenty around here to keep us busy, so just kind of like pick and choose from day to day what we're going to work on. And I think for today, that's it though. Lots happening on lots of projects here, keeping things moving forward. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.